This video is a product of AP European History 2013 and may not be used without authorization. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi there, AP Euro Class of 2013. Today we are going to learn about the lessons that we can take from the 1930s appeasement policy and their applications regarding Russia's attempts to expand under President Putin. Before we can apply these lessons, we must first see how they fared in their humble beginnings. During the 1930s, the German military expanded its military divisions, including the Wehrmacht and the Luftwaffe. This expansion greatly impacted the German war machine, giving rise to a deadlier Nazi navy. With its augmented military capabilities, Nazi Germany sought to conquer lands inhabited by German speakers, for example Sudetenland. As the German war machine grew, so did its desires. But the 1940s appeasement blew out of proportion, and Germany initiated war in Eastern Europe. The effects of Chamberlain and the West abstaining from intervening after the Nazis began to conquer without authorization were catastrophic, thus plunging the world into war. Had they not waited until the war got to them, it could have stopped a deadlier conflict from emerging. Moving on, we will now look at similarities both Russia and Nazi Germany exhibited during a time of appeasement. As of today, President Putin has opposed the UN on the basis of admitting Crimea as part of the Russian Federation. His tactics are similar in that it begins with taking a small portion of land, then making war silently afterwards. His opposition to a seemingly greater power is a sign of his greater confidence in Russian military might. On April 16, 2014, Putin's forces control Ukrainian and Crimean assets. As a show of increased hostilities, MiG-29 fighter jet taunted the USS Donald Cook, which was stationed near Crimea. This event occurring on April 10, 2014. This MiG-29 flew within danger close proximity, which is less than 600 meters, near the Arleigh Burke guided missile destroyer USS Donald Cook, registration number DDG-75.
Similarly to Nazi Germany, Russia has been expanding their military personnel, increasing the output of Spetsnaz and crew operators. They have also trained more rigorously, being able to perform deadlier stunts such as this one, where the soldier throws a hatchet while doing a backflip, conditioning for the extremes of warfare. After years of training, these Spetsnaz operators become deadly enough to rival SEAL Team 6 in an effort to curb the status quo in the event of war with the UN. Now that we've taken care of the examples of Russia's parallels with the Nazis' ascension to power through appeasement, let's take a look at the implications of our knowledge of appeasement into the 21st century. As we have learned from World War II, we have the choice of going toe-to-toe with Russia. However, seeing as how Russia is far superior in terms of military readiness, such an occurrence would cause World War III. This is further supported here on a map of the world and their alliances. The NATO nations are outlined in blue, Russia and her allies are outlined in red, and yellow signifies an Arab coalition. Now, the UN and NATO could make like the countries of World War I, quickly choosing sides in order to stop the rising menace. But doing so also leads to war. And therefore, the implication of answers that stem from the policy of appeasement and the Nazis during the prelude of World War II would indicate that the actions of Russia to be a show of force, and if it is not met with equal or greater force, then it will continue to push forward in an unprecedented manner towards an inevitable war. And war can only be stopped through legitimate diplomacy and initiative action, a hold your ground kind of stance on the situation. Putin must not be allowed to gain any more ground, literally and figuratively, lest we repeat the same mistakes as the League of Nations had done before us. No more red line rhetoric, but actual action. And now, cue credits.